Alright, hello everyone, this is Sir Adrian here, back to film for the first time the French Republic's turn in our current game of Global Empires 1915 titled Operation Blackhand. So the French have joined with the Germans in the Franco-German alliance and are currently at war with the British Empire following a completely unprovoked and dastardly attack by the Royal Navy on the French Navy's ships in the Atlantic and Mediterranean. So France is already at wartime income. That was already adjusted and done for us. So thank you for that. So in terms of technology, France will have the one role for the undamaged major factory in southern France. But when a non-aligned major power aligns, they get to choose technology for each stage of the game that's been completed thus far, following the normal excuse me, limitations, of course, of not being more than 3 stages ahead of any particular technology within a certain domain. So we are currently within the fall winter of 1917. So not counting this turn, that's 3, 6, 7, 8 stages that we can move them up. So we will use one of those to put them at stage 1 defense in depth, or stage 1 for infantry rather within the land domain that gives them defense in depth. We will use one for fighters, one for bombers. So that's 1, 2, 3 total so far. 4 for doctrine. 5, 6. Then we will do 7. No, 7. So we'll move them up to another stage in doctrine. So bomber and fighter will both move up as well. And for the final free one, we'll put them at let's do stage 1 artillery. So that's that. Yeah, that's that. So now then, they do get the 1 free tech roll. And we will try to go for let's go for fighters. Whoops, didn't even grab the whole bag. There we go. Actually, yeah, we'll go for fighters. We'll try that. See what happens. That's an 8. That's a success. So fighters, that's gonna move to stage 3, and the French will receive a free fighter that they'll get to place on this turn due to that. So we'll place that here for now. We're not going to do any diplomacy. So in terms of purchases, we have 27 IPPs that we can spend. We'll be spending 2 of those to purchase a early colonial infantry. We'll be spending 2 to upgrade an early colonial infantry. And we'll be spending 15 I believe that was correct. So let me double check this just to make sure. Yeah, so we had 27. We'll spend 15 to buy 3 minor factories. So that'll bring us down to 12. Then the colonial infantry is 2. Supplies were 2. And then the other 8, I think we might save. Actually, no, we'll spend 6 out of that. At 8. So we'll spend 6 out of that to start the construction of a major factory down in yep, down in southern France. That's where we'll put it. So that'll be under construction down in southern France. And for the last 2 IPP, oops, apologies. For that, I think we will spend them on diplomacy. Why not? So we'll spend both. So we'll attempt to go for let's try to go for Belgium and Portugal, or Spain and Portugal rather. Let's try that. So Spain will be this yellowish dice, and Portugal, we'll just keep it this blue. So Portugal and Spain. So that's a miss for both. So that'll be all their IPP spent. And I might as well update it while we're here. So France doesn't have any countries up its track, so it doesn't get any extra IPP. Actually, sorry, we'll wait because there will be some attacks, so that might change. The only attack we are gonna have would be I believe would be down in the Gold Coast. So we'll have an early infantry from Ivory Coast moving into the Gold Coast to attack a British early colonial infantry. So that's all flat terrain, no rivers or nothing being crossed. So that's just going to be an early colonial, which I believe is at a 1. Yeah, attacking at a 1. And the other will be defending on a 2. So we'll roll for the French first on a 1. nothing. British defending at a 2, nothing. And that's it, because it's the fall-winter. We'll go back to the Ivory Coast. And as I said, I believe that's it for now for combat. Yep, that'll be it for now. So non-combat. So we're going to have this French early colonial infantry from Tunisia. It's going to walk over into Algeria. We're going to have the French early colonial infantry in Niger. It's going to walk over to Chad. We're going to have the early infantry in Cochin, China move up into Annam Tonkin. What else? We'll have the French fighter. Whoops. I don't know why it does that. French fighter in Lorraine and Paris. They'll fly down to southern France. We'll have the 4 artillery in Paris move over into Normandy. Then we'll have the 2 cavalry in Paris move into Normandy as well. Then these infantry that we have here, we have a total of 8. We'll have 5 of them move into Aquitaine. Yeah, 5 move into Aquitaine. So we'll just do this here. Yeah, so out of the 8, 5 into Aquitaine, and then the other 3 we'll have them move into Normandy. And then in Lorraine, so we're going to move the artillery that's in Lorraine into southern France. We'll rail the militia that we have in Lorraine down to Aquitaine. And then the 4 infantry that we have in Lorraine, we will move 2 of them into southern France. And then we'll rail 2 of them. So we have a rail movement of 3. So we'll rail our other 2 rail movement and the other 2 into Normandy. Aside from that, just double check, but that should be it. Yep, that'll be it. So now just placing units. So we're going to have minor factory built in Madagascar. Going to have a minor factory built in Annam Tonkin. We're going to have early colonial infantry placed in Cochin China. The supplies, we're going to use those this should be in Tunisia. Not sure why that moved, but we'll use those to upgrade the unit that we have in Tunisia, from early colonial to early infantry. We'll build a minor factory down in northern Algeria. And then we have our fighter. We will place in Paris, which we could still do even though that factory is damaged. Yep. I think that should be fine. Sorry, just double checking something here quick. Yep, that should be okay. So collect income. So total of 21. No bonus. That'll be it. Oh, and we did take. Oh no, we didn't take any territory. Yeah, so that's the other attack. Okay, nope. So that'll be it. And then we can hand things on over to the Russians, I do believe it is. So good luck, be nasty.